Hello everybody, Princess and Bear here, and we're back with another Christmas tree holiday video.
This time we're going to every holiday resort and park location, starting at Magic Kingdom.
So Magic Kingdom every year, modified this year with Mask Life. Magic Kingdom always has like the classic Christmas trees, the ones you see in like the fairy tale books.
There was a show, but now it's just projections. And there's Snope sometimes.
Usually during the Mickey's Christmas party, you'll see like the whole of Main Street covered in Snope, sometimes too much Snope. But it did make it easier to film this year at the very least. But it's a massive tree. I think it's one of the biggest. I don't know if it's the biggest tree. But
It's certainly pretty.
it is prettier at night. I like the whole like presence underneath the tree. That's a like unique touch. No other tree does that really.
No.
That's like the whole like classic Nutcracker tree. And probably like as far as backdrops, the best backdrop to take photos on because you have like the tree, the castle, Main Street with the presents. Other trees is just a bunch of lights and green behind you. But
It's nice when there's parades, but there's like little floats that go around too, which is nice.
Gran Floridian.
Usually there's a big gingerbread house. They don't have that this year. They do have a lot of these little trees.
Yeah, the theming of this hotel is always sort of like, what exactly about this is Floridian? But it's like,
It's grand.
it's like grand, high tea style. It took us a while looking at the street to realize what was going on, but it's basically the 12 Days of Christmas.
That's right.
Exactly the 12 Days of Christmas, actually.
You'll see it all in the larger tree here in a minute.
This tree is also fairly massive for being inside of a hotel, for one.
It's very elegant.
Usually during non-demic times, you have like a guy in there playing the piano and
The jazz band that we miss.
yes, you have like usually two photographers just going at it on either side of the tree because it's so large you can't see each other from either side of the tree anyway.
And then as you get closer to Christmas, there's characters that come and they do photos in front of the tree at all of these hotels.
I think this year, actually, as we saw, they did like a miniature of the gingerbread house in the cafe,
Yep.
like made of chocolate, with actually 1-to-1 carpet.
Yeah, it was very cute.
The theming to the reefs and everything else, very very elegant style. If the Grand Floridian is sort of your thing, wouldn't say it's my favorite tree, but it's pretty. Imagine having to decorate these every year. I know they're mostly put together, but like Grand Floridian almost has too many trees.
They do have a lot of trees. You gotta spend a long time there.
The Polynesian village. I'm hoping that when they finish the remodel of both this entrance and the lobby, that this place gets a better tree. Of all the Magic Kingdom resorts, it has the smallest tree
Every year.
every year, and it deserves a much bigger tree. It definitely has the room.
It certainly does.
I just don't understand why it's the smallest tree. I mean, they have 2 floors. This tree could definitely go up a lot higher than it does. Honestly, it'd be the largest, but definitely a bigger tree than this.
I don't know how they pick where the larger trees go and where they don't go. It's an interesting decision-making process, I feel.
Yeah, because I mean, you could put this behind the like idle in the middle of the lobby. It could go outside in that big green area. Like, there's tons of room for a larger tree in this resort. Especially with, like, with such a unique design with the pineapples and the fish and the... Maybe just being an islander myself. I'm biased. Then you have this thing.
This tree's a lot prettier at night. I'd like to say, but we didn't get to film it at night.
I think it's easily the most massive tree on property.
Definitely.
There's very few places around Seven Seas Lagoon you can't see this thing at night because it's an absolute spotlight when it's lit up.
Absolutely.
But of all the trees, it is the most basic.
It is.
It's literally just a tree with some bulbs on it. There's nothing else to it, but it's insanely bright. But then the trees inside are like a lot more like decorated.
They're more contemporary. Like this one.
At least there's something.
There's actually usually more trees at Contemporary, but they did not go hard on the trees this year.
And normally they put trees all down the hallway to the convention center, and they did not do that this year. So you just have the ones like in the lobby and then the one outside.
And it's not as many in the lobby as it usually is either.
No.
It's probably about half as many.
But for the most part, I think these are the same as they were last year.
Yes, they were.
I guess they could carry over some of these decorations to the outside tree. That'd be
For
so
sure.
basic. They tried. That you take the cake and dump it in the trash can. But they tried.
There's no garland over the wave either. Usually the wave entrance had garland, just like the walkway of the lobby.
Usually you'd come up this escalator here, and then all throughout this area there'd be more trees. You got nothing this year. Wilderness Lodge. This, I think, is my second favorite tree.
It's my second favorite tree for sure.
This is what the Polynesian tree should look like. It should be this.
I love the bear.
Yes, there's all sorts of bears and forest creatures, some little mini Bambis in there. All sorts of branches.
The reefs are so pretty over the water.
Yes. Then you have like the bubbling water in the background from the spring.
Yes, and then that big, beautiful tree.
And then like, it's an excellent photo, like if you have time and you're in here and you want a unique selfie, take a selfie from the fireplace with the tree as your background.
Yes.
You can't really get a fireplace in front of a tree at any of the other resorts like that. Especially not one that absolutely redonkulous. Even taking video of this thing is like, I don't have arms this tall.
You can walk upstairs. Definitely recommend going upstairs to get a higher / better view of the tree and the lights that kind of perfectly frame it in place, as you can see here.
You got your little like forest animals and your teepees, and if I remember correctly, the first 3 or 4 floors have their own fireplace that you can sit and chill at. Not the first 3 do. There were even some decorations from this resort this year. For Wilderness one. This one makes me sad. Only because of how this resort is like half alive right now.
I'm glad they decorated Hoopty, even though it's not open right now.
It's been closed for almost a year now. You still have the trees by Crockett's Tavern.
Stars are cute. I love the reefs with the cowboy boots in them.
I love how they like, especially when you get to the main tree, even though it's not that big. I mean, it's a little bit bigger than a Polynesian tree.
Big.
But they shoved the whole rocking horse in here.
There's
like,
the
oh,
rocking
that'll
horse.
work.
Oh, there's like a whole
Got a whole
wheel.
boot. There's a wheel. It's like
all those horseshoes.
It's like we didn't really have decorations, so here's some equipment from around the camp. Stuffed it in the tree, which is on theme. So I mean, I get it. But
Pancos. Yeah, there's the wheel. I love the wheel.
horseshoes and a little miniature barn.
Yeah.
It's got a nice touch. It's nice theming.
Absolutely. It's pretty at night, too.
But also probably deserves a bigger tree. They have so much room.
Yes.
Ridiculous amount of room.
They probably stand for a tree that twice as large.
I hope if they finish Reflections that they come back and redo this tree because I have a lot more room once all those walls are done.
Yes.
But this tree is also, it's not as pretty at night. It's not as bright as some of the other ones because it doesn't have as many lights, but
it's still
it
pretty.
still looks pretty good.
You can see that in last year's video. There'll be a link in the description box down below.
Yes. We love stuffing things in description boxes. You guys love clicking on them. Epcot is like I guess it's the international tree.
There's a lot of hidden trees around Epcot. We didn't put them all in this video. You can see them in our Festival of the Holidays videos.
Like every country that does Christmas has one. Even this year. This tree dazzles. It's got a lot of different ways to say happy holidays in the tree. I feel like I could use a bit more theming, like more trees unique to each world, but
it's very classic.
It is.
I think it's prettier at night.
Most of these trees are prettier at night.
It's better to look at them at night, I think, than during the day.
Dusk is the favorite. Not so dark you can't see some of the details, but still get some of the lights.
Sure.
You get the international tree towering and laughing at the tree over in America Pavilion because that's just what you do.
What do you think the best time of day to go and see a tree is? Dusk, dawn, daytime, nighttime? Comment, tell us.
The Yacht Club. This is one of my favorite trees. I'd probably say top 5.
You just like all the schooners.
I do like all the little ships, even though I've never been on a sailboat in my life.
They are pretty cool. They remind me of the ship in a bottle, but piratey.
They're
maybe.
stuffed in there.
Yeah, I love it.
Motorboats. And
That
sailboats
ship's my favorite. That one with all the ropes.
And here, it's not like Polynesian. They don't get. We stuffed our tree, so it's literally scraping the ceiling.
It's probably the same size though. With a little motorboat. So cute.
It's a nice little detail. It's like, hey, Yacht Club boats. I guess it works.
It's great.
The little netting in there, and that follows in all the reefs around the lobby. You have Beach Club, which has a lot of beachy touches. I think I could go a little bit further, but they all have coral running through them and little wannabe Nemos in them, and
Nemo with the seahorse carpet. And then this pretty tree. I really feel like the tree was bigger last year.
I think you don't normally notice how small this tree is because there's usually a gigantic carousel in the middle of this lobby, and there's not there this year. Made out of gingerbread.
We missed the carousel.
So that's usually
so pretty.
This tree is usually the side piece.
It's true.
Not the main attraction.
But I still thought it was bigger.
And then also we're missing the train set is here.
From the Yacht Club, yes.
Yeah. So both of them lost sort of their main attractions.
But I still have all the starfish in this tree. It's really pretty. So shiny.
This is one I think probably looks okay during the day. It doesn't really need the lights.
It's fine either way. Still like those starfish.
Needs a Hank.
That would be smart if they put Hank in it.
Nestled in between two chairs. Kind of weird during these times.
This is actually my favorite tree at the beach club, the little Santa tree. I love the Santa tree.
It's hidden.
We just discovered it for the first time last year.
It's the lounge area, stuff back there. They sometimes do coffee in here, random days, and
the boardwalk.
The boardwalk's interior trees are kind of Why do you exist sometimes? I mean, they're all right
There's
trees, but they're kind of basic.
So many. Last year they had a little gingerbread boardwalk, which was so cool.
It's like almost like a exact replica of the boardwalk, but with gingerbread.
And they still had trees too.
But obviously, right now, nobody's in the gingerbread house, so I get it. But
I like the nutcrackers in these trees and the little like Nightmare Before Christmas looking candy cane style things.
they don't really compare to the main tree, though. That main tree is pretty nice.
I don't know. I kind of like the ones in the lobby a little bit better than the main tree outside. The one in the lobby has like tigers and stuff. This one's more like carnival-y, I think. More like boardwalky, I guess.
I just feel like this one's more uniquely lit than some of the other trees.
It is. It definitely
With
is.
the light up garland, like, it has a nice little touch.
It's very pretty. Hollywood Studios is still doing projections onto the Tower of Terror. We just did not put that in this video.
Their tree is pretty nice. As far as that same thing with the garland lit up in the tree.
Yeah.
I like the ornaments in the water. That's something unique.
But the tree hasn't really changed year over year over year.
Yeah. We've been looking at the same tree now for what, like 7 years?
Yeah. And same ornaments in the water and all that. Though, yes, I agree. It does make it unique.
It could use some updates.
It's prettier at night.
Now we come to these resort trees. Some of them, anyway.
I love this little cart.
Yes, it has no reason to exist, and yet it's here.
It's so cute. Pop Century always has a really cool tree. Really cool decorations. I love all the little peace signs. I love the theming, how they do like little garlands for each decade.
Now, you would think, being a value resort, they would kind of skimp. They do not.
No.
Their lobby is actually more decorated than some of the other resorts.
Yes. I think it's probably in my top 5 favorite trees.
It's fun like looking through these, seeing all the little details.
Mm-hmm. I love the little elves that they put in.
It makes you miss the all-star trees, which aren't in the video this year because they were also themed per resort.
Yes, but they're closed right now.
But they're opening soon, so if there's anything you guys want to see from those resorts, let us know.
I love little gingerbread.
This is a tree. Putting that poly tree to shame. I feel like I need to do something with the bases of these trees. Magic Kingdom just stunts all over the rest of these trees with like the decoration at the bottom.
Magic Kingdom has the space for it. These are resort trees. They don't really have that kind of space. I wouldn't really want this tree to be any higher than it is either.
Yeah, but I like to put it under the skylight.
Yeah.
They could have easily put it
They
outside.
can put some lights down or something. Yeah, they could put an extra tree outside. Sure.
Put all these wacky colors. Some of them don't even feel like Christmas colors, but
It fits.
Pop is a wacky hotel, but it does what it does very well.
Art of Animation is always white.
Yes. I guess they're trying to go with like the paper theme.
I like the rainbow wreaths that they do.
They try to like match the colors going down their like entryway.
which is awesome.
And even like their side trees are white.
The ultimate fake tree.
I hate on fake trees.
I like real trees. What can I say?
And they put all of these drawings in them. Don't worry, if you come to Magic Kingdom or any of the Disney resorts, all the trees are fake for those of you with tree allergies.
I love the way that this one like shimmers and shines.
It is special in that regard. In hindsight, we should probably film some like behind the scenes of some of this. You guys have no idea the amount of work we put into going to each one of these resorts and filming these trees
Every year.
every year.
Yeah, but it's fun.
We do it for us
Ultimately.
mainly, so we like seeing all the trees. Like they were here, might as well film it and show it to everybody
Yeah,
else.
I mean, we go and see them usually every year anyway.
Most people never see these trees.
No. Caribbean has some cool decor.
Yes.
Caribbean actually has the best Christmas soundtrack of any place at Disney. Number 2 is probably the Animal Kingdom Lodge music.
Yeah, the Caribbean probably to me has like some of the most boring trees, but their soundtrack is like it slaps.
Yes.
Like it's got some like tropical stuff in it, but it's like it feels like something I'd see at like Hobby Lobby.
I don't agree with that. I like the little parrots and the birds of paradise, the pineapples. It's very on brand for the Caribbean theme. All the little ropes and things, the colors.
Yeah. So pineapples are a nice touch.
I
but
really
still.
like the birds of paradise. The pineapples are pretty too. And then each area had its own like separate style of decorations. The garland in the store had all this cool nautical rope. The food court, our favorite Centertown Market, had this really cool like fruits, and I guess they're just fruits tree.
Which is fine. I think Caribbean has one of the most relaxing lobbies.
Riviera is so fancy.
Yes. Very French.
We went last year and saw the trees, and they really haven't changed since last year, since Riviera opened December 2019.
So happy birthday, Riviera.
Yes.
Very artistic style tree.
Very Riviera style.
But their tree is also kind of small. But
I like little cubes and stuff that's in the garland.
it gives me like that fiber optic feel.
It looks cool. Oh, I see Hidden Mickey. And I love those reefs, the way they're placed. It's just such a gorgeous hotel.
It's very relaxing. I'll give it that. But yeah, this is their main tree.
I like love that it's like there's a huge stoplight. They look like stoplights. Or like those traffic lights.
This tree just confuses me. I'm just like, I don't know what any of this stuff is.
I love the cubes, but I don't understand the traffic lights. And then those Mickey balls, those balls that have hidden Mickeys in them.
like very, very abstract. It's like
It's cool. I love all the like Mickey touches in this resort. It's probably extra Mickey-fied compared to others.
Who doesn't want Christmas at Animal Kingdom?
Animal Kingdom is decorated throughout the park. But we are just showing you the tree in this video.
Yes. Let's see. I forgot this tree actually does stuff under the tree. So, little fence and little animals.
It has all the Disney animals. You just saw Eeyore. There's some hidden Mickeys in here. There's like some cool little tribal decorations. Big tree.
Yeah, this is one of the few trees that has like IP in it. So.
Yep. Mostly Lion King. Which we're not mad about that.
No.
It's Lion King, but then Piglet.
Little animal heads in there. Very own theme. And luckily, you don't even have to go in the park to see this one.
Yeah, you can just go park and go see it.
But very pretty at night.
Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House has my favorite tree of all the trees. It's not this tree. And it's not this tree.
Not this one either, no.
Though this one's really cool too. I love the baskets in this one.
Yeah, they put a lot of culture in these trees.
Love that reef. I love everything this hotel. I'm just in love with this hotel, period.
And it's like, boom, Christmas.
Then there's my favorite tree right there.
This tree is
Give it to me,
absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
Like, if you're staying in this hotel, they actually have like a bridge that goes across. It's like the perfect view of this tree.
The lights frame pretty similarly as the Wilderness Lodge ones. Very, very similar in design.
But I love the look of this tree. And it just
drums.
takes over the lobby.
Absolutely. There's so many like little cool things in the tree that you can find besides like the oversized bows and the different instruments and the animal things. There's Mickey's, of course.
And then like when everything is open, because everything's still closed in this resort for the most part.
Yes.
Like you can sit down in Victoria Falls, listen to Christmas music, have a couple drinks.
Yes. Sometimes there's live music. But this tree is just so big and beautiful. It's worth going and visiting and seeing, even though there's nothing else to do right now. It's worth the trip.
And you got plenty of places like to relax. There's a lounger where they do like the drum lessons and stuff. They have their own little tree
too. I love all the trees at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I can't help it.
Boom. Here's my favorite tree. Or coming up to my favorite tree anyway. Even though it's not the largest tree on property.
I do love the Kidani Village tree because it has those little huts in it, and the huts have Mickeys in them.
This tree has a really unique feel. And then it overlooks like the little outcropping where you can go and look at the animals. And
It is very pretty. I love the little star on the top. The colors are very pretty.
it's like a tree that's not trying to be too bright. It's not a spotlight, but
No.
the way that it's lit is like
There's the hut.
very pretty.
It is lit very prettily.
If you want to come take a picture of this tree, my advice would be take a tree behind it. Take a picture behind it, not in front of it.
Yeah. It's so much easier to do it that way because you have the stairs.
the detail in this tree. The hand carvings and the little huts with the Mickeys on them. Like the gourds and the little people in the tree. The African Santa. Love this tree. Everything looks like handmade. Definitely get you in the Christmas spirit. And the great Coronado Springs.
Love Coronado. It used to have a huge tree, which you can see in our 2018 video. But once they built Gran Destino, that big tree went away. Who knows where all those decorations went? Not in these trees.
These are fairly unique looking trees.
I like the lanterns in these trees. That's pretty neat.
This is another resort where not all the decorations you usually see it, because there used to be a tree here.
And there's a Mickey in the light.
Yeah.
But now there's the Gran Destino Tower, and it has all of the beautifulness that you would want or used to see potentially at Coronado, but with a splash of elegance.
And the colors of the Coronado already basically match Christmas time as it is anyway.
Yes, I love how they change all the little lights here to be red and green. I love these little elegant trees. They complement the big tree here.
They all have that Destino vibe. Just so different than the other parts of the resort, but it works. This thing always has people around it.
I used to, at least. Not right now.
Get your fancy lanterns and everything else in
I
here.
do love the lanterns in this one too.
Old Key West.
It's really a fun little decorated hotel.
These trees feel almost more beachy than Meet the Beach Club does.
I feel like it's the perfect place to look at ugly ornaments.
Yes. This hotel is no stranger to gaudy ornaments, but for Key West, it kind of works.
I wouldn't know, but you would.
I would. I'm from Key West, actually. I'm a conch, as they say.
Yes, you are. Nemo.
But it's got like mer people and mer
person.
Santas in it, and
All the weird things.
Yes.
There's Mersana.
more starfishes and coral and
Cool.
very, very Key West vibes. Tucked away in the lobby. You did online check-in, you'd probably never know it was there. Got little ropes and oar pieces and
Saratoga Springs.
Some very classy trees.
It's actually our last tree. I love the little jacket.
All these are like equestrian themed.
Yes. Well, that's an equestrian hotel, sort of. Like Saratoga, New York themed, so. Usually they have a giant tree. They didn't have that this year.
Yeah, big horse heads in it. And they also had a gingerbread set up here as well. They don't have this year.
Still love the ribbons in this one. Little Santa.
This probably doesn't rank in my top 5, but they are pretty.
Little trophy.
All about the horse racing.
It's cool.
Yeah, normally, boom, where this tree here is would be the huge tree, but instead you have this tree.
Little trees.
But that's great, the lobby at least.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is another resort that probably has a room for a larger tree. So, that has been our holiday Christmas tree video for this year. Something we do every year just for a thank you from us to you guys for all the support you've given all year. We hope that everybody's staying safe with their families and you're having a good year as best you can given the circumstances. And we just want to say thank you.
Have a happy holiday.
Yes. Whatever you celebrate, we hope that it's happy, safe, and warm.
Yes.
From Princess and the Bear to you.
Sashimi is without rice.